You got a hole in that bottle.
That's what you call a corner.
Your good friend Doug knows that it was full earlier.
Ain't gonna be no more. Dennis Bynum says there must be a hole in their jug.
Now, Jimmy, you said something about Big Jack Johnson.
I asked David earlier, Super Chicken and I were talking at Jack's house about Jack being the great nephew of Robert Johnson, and Jack is not cool with being related to Robert Johnson, who is known as someone related to the devil, if you will. Big Jack does not like that, but Super Chicken said indeed Jack's daddy was the nephew of Robert Johnson, and
Well, I don't know,
but they were probably in Lambert while you were in Clarksdale.
People go by what, cause they weren't old enough to go by what you hear, you know.
Yeah.
And you know how that is. But I don't know everything, but I know when Son House and Robert and them was staying right out of Memphis, Tennessee. The little town there. What name is the little town called?
Lake Cormorant.
Yeah.
And Robert hadn't recorded nothing.
Mm-hmm.
He recorded that at the time. He recorded it next year.
Mm-hmm.
And him and Willie Brown and Son House were playing together at the time. And I was real young then. I was trying to hope we would get back to Greenwood to my hometown. I had been playing with the Memphis Jug Band. I got tired and I decided I'd go back down to Greenwood where I was raised on Greenwood, just where Tony McClellan come from, Greenwood.
Yeah. Now, do you remember when Robert? Do you remember Robert Nighthawk helping?
Robert Nighthawk, yeah.
Now he was related. He was kin to Sam Carr, right?
Yeah, he's supposed to
And
be.
with Frank Frost and the Nighthawks with Big Jack and Frank Frost and Sam Carr. Were they all in Clarksdale when you were living there, or was that later?
I know those other people, man.
You know what? Can you talk about Robert Nighthawk though? He was huge, a huge figure.
Robert Nighthawk, his brother used to play hard with him. His brother died real, and his brother died around about 43, because I was in the army in 42, and I done all my recording in 42 for Alan Lomax, all my recordings. I've done 14 cuts for Alan Lomax.
Now, was that in the war or in the juke joint?
Yeah, I was a young man then. I know all that. I played harp and guitar.
Uh-huh.
I know all about that, man.
Yeah.
You like Robert's guitar, his tone on slide better than anybody.
Well, Robert Nighthawk was the best slide man that I have met.
Yeah, he was great.
Well,
wasn't
he was so light-handed on that slide. You know what? A lot of people play slides like a Son House or regular slides, you know, and all that other stuff, you know. He played it with the sound, it was one string into two sometime, all that other stuff, you know. But Robert Nighthawk could get one string and hold it with that slide and be so clear you just look through it.
It was like ringing a bell, wasn't it?
It's so clear you look through it. Did he use glass or did he use metal?
Huh?
Did he use glass or did he use metal?
Well, I use metal, I do.
I know
What
you
kind of
use
slide did
metal.
Robert use?
Oh,
Robert Nighthawk.
He used metal.
Did he?
Yeah, that's metal.
Not the Corseiden model.
Yeah, very few guitar players using glass, very few. Most of them use metal then.
Yeah.
We used to play with the slide. We get them beer bottles with the long neck and cut them off and call bottleneck guitar.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And then it changed, went to playing metal slides and stuff like that, make the thing same sound.
Now, you know what I heard, and I don't know if this is true, but you were actually around for this. They say that when the World's Fair happened, that the Hawaiians came and were playing Hawaiian lap steel guitars. And that the people in the Delta, when they went out to see the World's Fair people come touring through, they saw these guys in grass skirts and stuff playing on that, and that gave them an idea to try to do that with regular guitars. Does that sound right to you?
Well, I don't know. You take it, when I was a young kid, and older people used to play guitar, lay across your lap just like this, and play the slide across the lap, just like that. Or the lap guitar.
Right, lap steel.
Yeah.
Or lap guitar, right.
Mm-hmm.
But I wonder if that idea came from that World's Trade,
St.
World's
Louis?
Fair that came through the South.
Now, honey, do you think that it's more likely it came from the Opry with the radio stations that covered the Delta with the Opry? I know guys like Big Jack have told me the Opry was a huge influence and cover, guys like Tammy Wynette and Conway Twitty were friends with Jack in Clarksdale, and the lap steel was prevalent there. Do you think that's where it was from instead?
What do you mean, man?
the country, more of the country influence down there in the Delta.
Were country people that were playing country music playing the lap steel when you were young? Country music players. Not
Yeah,
country
well,
blues
you
players.
take back at that time, before, the segregation was, I used to play with a lot of white bands back in that time.
Mm-hmm.
Black people was always down south. They always wanted the white and black play together sometime. We'd always, hillbillies, I'd call them hillbillies. We played the violin, the mandolin, the banjos. We all played together. We played about our music. That was it back in that time. Musicians always went together. I used to play with Frank,
Harmonica
Frank
Frank Floyd.
Mm.
Me and Frank Floyd played together. He's a white boy. We done back then. We hooked up in Drive, Arkansas. We played together about 6 months together. We went all around together. Never bothered. We were just teamed up together playing. Me and this white boy played together a long time. Me and Floyd played together a long time. Musicians back then, all time was recognized. Wouldn't care what color you were, but you played they like the music.
And you mean hoboing? You went hoboing with him, right?
Well, yeah, I hobo because I'd hobo making pocket money and still I'd hobo.
That's just making a living, right?
Yeah, I'd get off the train in town and I'm going and change clothes and go down in the parking minute, sit down and eat, go to the tavern,
Mm-hmm.
drink, get drunk, started playing the blues, have my money in my pocket. I didn't pay to go nowhere.
I hear you, baby.
It had money.
Now, Earwig Records started with Big Jack and yourself and Michael, right? Michael heard you and Jack, and can you talk about the start of your relationship with Michael? Because that's been since the early 70s,
Remember
right?
when we met?
When did you meet Michael?
We met Benny Mudikins
Yeah,
on the north side there.
north side of Chicago in a
I
blues
was
bar.
playing there and he had my album that I made for Chess, Dropping Down Mama.
Mm-hmm.
That was my hit number, Dropping Down Mama, and he had it.
Mm.
And he come and see me that night. How many years ago that been?
38 years ago.
He was a young boy in college. And
He's still all right.
And we've been together ever since.
I was 23 and he's 57.
Wow.
So he's 95. So
You were, no kidding, you're 23 years old.
yeah.
Now, in the early days, did you play some of the hits too? Did you play all different kind of music, or did you only play music from the Delta itself?
Well, yeah, you know what? I played a lot of stuff. I used to play, me and a boy played together out of Clarksville. He played nothing but sentimental stuff, like Stars from Alabama, Blue Moon, Nicole again, Sophisticated Lady, all that.
Yeah.
And I know all about that stuff, man. I'm a musician. And he learned that, man, because he was in high school and he played tenor sax. And I played chords behind him.
Yeah.
And I learned all that stuff from him. Stars from Alabama, Blue Moon, out Nicole again, Sophisticated Lady like that. And we played all the Olive and Prairie.
Those were the hits at the time.
Yeah, all that. I know all that. So then, but still, I was a blues player.
Yeah.
And we played together a long time. And I was going really good, and I was real young. He come from Clarksville, started rooming with my girlfriend's mother. And I had another girl I was living with.
Mm.
And
I won't tell.
you know, I had
All
another
good
girl
now.
I was living with.
How come you didn't write Backdoor Man back then? I'm thinking. You were the first Backdoor Man.
Sometimes a back window. Well, I went over there. This is long too. This is funny too. I went over to my girlfriend's mother's house that morning, and this girl that I was going with, he was rooming with her mother. And I come around the back door, and she was picking bumps out his face. I didn't have an idea that he was black and that we was playing together. So I went on with that. I rocked on, so we played. And she got a room down the street from her mother. And I got up early that morning from the girl I was living with. I just wanted to catch something. And I was, young, crazy. Yeah. After she had got her room, I took a big screwdriver and put it on the window and pumped the window up.
Mm-mm.
crawled into one and didn't know nothing about it. They didn't got drunk, sleep laying up there. I looked at him a while. I said, "Yo, wake up." People, I mean, just like that. That's all right. So you know what? And I went back to this good I lived. I put my rack in my pocket, my harp rack in my pocket. Put my harp on him and guitar and walked away. I left him. He was playing that saxophone, but he couldn't do nothing without me because he needs the guitar. You know what I'm talking about?
You cut out.
I cut out. I went to Jackson, Mississippi, and went down to where Tommy Johnson hung Robert Tommy and all of them, and Major and them. I come back. I didn't come back to Greenwood until about pretty close to a year. About this, said, man, said that boy like starved to death. Right? He said that girl couldn't do nothing for him. So he went back to closet. He said I left him. So wasn't no more tricks us and her. And I come back a little year. She had married, and I was coming in Greenwood. They said, honey, she said, honey, I want you to place me and my husband, and they live across the river over there. And I played for her and her husband, and I cut out, never saw her no more. I heard that she lived in Cleveland, Ohio. If she living now, she was that night. So just, the musician went through a lot of things, you know, a lot of changes, you know. But I had a lot of pretty women do then.
Going from door to door.
I had a lot of pretty women. Yeah, I didn't know I could get them.
Hey, Honeyboy, you know what I was curious about is the last time you played for Greg at a theater here in Boston, you were talking about a lot of the British invasion and rock and roll bands, too. And I was surprised, but, you know, for a while the blues guys were like rock stars, you know, Albert King, Freddie, BB, and yourself. You were put on these festivals with rock stars. Can you talk about some of the guys that came to Chicago and paid tribute by coming to Chess Records and seeing you and Muddy?
Well, I'm going to talk a little, I ain't going to talk too much. You know.
I'm going to help you out with that question.
All right.
You remember Fleetwood Mac's session?
Yeah, Mick Fleetwood, Peter Green.
I
remember that one?
I recorded with them.
You remember Peter Green, right?
Yeah, I recorded with Fleetwood Mac. Mm-hmm. J. T. Brown, Big Ward Harden.
Yeah?
Yeah, we recorded with Fleetwood Mac.
Yeah.
69.
He didn't play too many notes.
Yeah, I've been out there, man. I've been there.
I know you've been there. But I was surprised to hear you were with the Rock and Roll Cats. Now, how did you bump into the Rolling Stones and like Muddy did, or
Yeah.
who else? Yeah.
I know the Rolling Stones.
Keith Richards played with
Keith
me
Richards played with
recently.
me a few years ago.
In Connecticut.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Richards.
How'd he do?
Yeah.
What do you think about Keith?
Yeah.
He all right?
Remember that night?
Yeah.
He brought one of these out.
Yeah,
He's
that's
playing
right.
one of these.
That's
yeah.
right.
He lives in Weston,
They do.
Connecticut.
They do?
Yeah.
He's a big fan of you.
Yeah, I know him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You didn't give him the kind of shit that Chuck Berry did, that's why.
Yeah.
He did, didn't he?
Yeah, Chuck.
Yeah, man.
Chuck's still living. Chuck's still out in St. Louis. Now, he got a little farm up in St. Louis. He's still on that farm.
Yeah.
He's still living.
Yeah.
St.
He's out in
Louis.
St. Louis there.
Yeah.
Yeah, he don't play too much every once in a while now.
He played a great. I always thought that if they drew a straight line from Louis Jordan forward, that it would intersect with him. You know, Louis Jordan had the R&B stuff longer.
Well, I know Louis Jordan, know his mother too. His mother lived at the Cotton Plant, Arkansas. At Cotton Plant, I used to go. His mother was a school teacher.
Is that right?
Yeah, she was a school teacher. Yeah.
But he seemed like a really nice guy, was he?
Yeah, he was a real nice type. He really played a good saxophone. He was good.
Boy, he
Yeah.
could. He learned, didn't he? Wasn't the story that he kidnapped Bird?
I don't know.
He said, I got some money for you or something, and he kept him, he locked him into his place to learn how to play?
I heard of it, but I didn't really know.
Yeah, I don't know if that's true or not, but it's a pretty cool story.
He was a good entertainer, boy. He's great.
Good writer, too,
Yeah, good
right?
writer, yeah.
Funny bastard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of writing, David, Sweet Home Chicago. We
Yeah.
got to straighten that out, man.
Brian-
You or Robert? Who wrote Sweet Home?
Who wrote
Kokomo Arnold.
Kokomo Arnold?
it? Well, I know the Kokomo. His name James Arnold. I know him. I know him too.
Mm-hmm.
I know him too.
Yeah.
I met all of them. Just
Kokomo
about.
Arnold's version of Robert Johnson got Sweet
Robert
Home Chicago
Johnson-
from Kokomo Arnold's
Did
song,
he?
right?
I don't
Didn't he?
know what the first one I heard it was Robert done it, and it's been done many times since then. Been recorded many times since
Mhm.
then, and it's always a little bit different. It's all the same thing. You got you just slide, but just a little different.
Mm-hmm. But you guys work together so much that maybe you guys borrowed from one another so much, maybe that tunes kind of flowed from one guy to another in those days? Do you think?
What he's talking about, Honeyboy, is remember when you've said how you figure out to put the song together when you got to do a recording session and you need so many verses, and if you didn't write them all yourself, how you would get enough verses for a song?
Well, how you do if you record a whole lot and done a whole lot of recording, and you run out of voices of what you sit down and you steal the voice out this number, steal the voice out that one.
Just borrowing a cup of sugar, baby.
Till you get 5 voices. You steal is one. Each song and make them up, write them down. And when you record them, you got 3 minutes and 5 voices. And if you want to leave out a voice, you do first and stretch the music to the fifth voice. You stretch the music there, but if you want to do 5 voices, you got 3 minutes. So if you don't know, you can sit down and think and put the voices together. If you got something in this number that you like, you steal the voice out of this CD, you steal the voice out there, hook them up.
That's a song.
And the 3 minutes was the limit of how long a disc would go, right? Can you talk about that? Because I don't think folks really know what.
Then you run out to that.
You run. How long would a disc go? How?
You run out. The 3 minutes, you run out.
3 minutes was the top, so you could go.
All you gotta do is do the shim.
Honey boy, who taught you the trick of turning your cuffs in on your shirt cuffs? The way you turn your shirt cuffs
Where'd
in
you
when
get
you play.
this from? The way you
Who taught
do
you
your
that
shirt?
trick?
Ah, no, I learned this myself. You know, me and Carty Bell
Oh yeah.
were playing one night, and I had my shirt cuffed like this. He had his country boy had it turned up. You know. And I was playing. He said, "How you keep your cuffs down like that?" And you look down. He said, "I didn't know you could do them like that." So I turned them under like that, press them under. I don't care how you press where you're not coming down, but you got them turned up, you be flopping all over your arm. Everything. See me? Now I don't have no problem with this now. And it's smooth and nice, you know, smooth.
So nobody schooled you on that. You just came up with it yourself. It's cool.
Don't care how you wrap it in, he's not coming loose.
That's right.
And it don't look too bad.
No,
Looks all right.
That's your own thing, man.
Yeah.
We got to wrap this up, y'all.
Cool.
Now, the last time we were together, it was in 2005 at Memphis.
Yeah, we got to wrap this up.
And
You
that
want
was
to
when
meet
they put
Honeyboy?
Pine Top on the cover of the magazine. Remember that? You played that. Robert Jr. was still alive.
Yeah, Robert
That was
Jr.
his
was.
last. That was one of his last shows, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And Pine Top is still in there. We lost Little Milton that year.
Yeah.
But I love Little Milton. Did you like his music?
Yeah.
I thought he was great.
Cool.
Yeah. I
We're
know.
all close on it.
Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Pine Top's still playing.
Pine Top's still playing.
Yeah, he's still playing. His mind is really not like it used to be. His mind not really.
There you are.
He knows he wants to go to McDonald's, though.
Robert Jr. Well, he's feeding him his candy too, because you know he loved his candy, right?
Pine
He's
Top,
diabetic.
he's 2 years old or 9 years.
That's right.
Pine
Right.
Top, he's still doing all his. Me and Pine Top were raised up together just about in Shaw, Mississippi. His mother brought him from Belzona, Mississippi, in 1927, the flood. I was 12, he was 14.
No kidding.
Yeah.
But it wasn't the same plantation, was it, David?
Huh?
No.
Well, you weren't on the same plantation, different
Yeah,
plantation.
just
around-
We wrecked the giant together.
Mm-hmm.
And Pine Top playing piano then. He was 14 years old. He was
No
playing
kidding.
good then. Playing out that Shaw for a woman called Martha Lindsay run the house, roadhouse, for people come out the country, come into town, have a good time drinking, have a good time renting rooms out, selling whiskey, hamburgers,
Mm-hmm.
police out, doing what you want to do. And Pine Top was playing for it then.
That sounds like Pine.
That time been going on all the time. It just changes around. What goes around come around. Ain't too much difference.
Okay. They want to know.